Welcome to the Coin Post. I'm gonna give you a sequence of events, and you tell me what you think it is. So, first, there are problems with regulators who suddenly notice the absence of a work license. Then you're told it's okay, but they suggest a leadership change. Next, they start to change the withdrawal rules as they go along, but they do so ostensibly in order to take care of the clients. And then we get a scam. This story is suitable for 99% of the financial pyramids, and I think you've noticed that everything but the last point can be related to the current state of affairs on the Binance cryptocurrency exchange, the one which has a leading position in the market and can therefore be a major blow to the industry. So is it time to get your funds off Binance? Guys, I don't want to stir things up and scare anyone, but I think it's important to talk about how the exchange is doing so that you can form your own opinion of what's going on. I remind you that each of your likes motivates me to start my morning with a new fascinating topic for a new video, so thank you for your support. And let's dive in. Binance is the top 1 cryptocurrency exchange. They have the most traffic, the highest trading volumes. Their token is in the top 4 cryptocurrencies with a capitalization of over $50 billion. And they own the most popular CoinMarketCap website. It's all easy to check, but behind all of these achievements we forgot about one important thing. Where is the Binance exchange located? We're not the first to ask this question, but so far no one's found an answer to it. They're not in China, they're not in Hong Kong or in Malta. Apparently, as a platform, they actively cooperate with the authorities of various countries, helping them catch fraudsters, opening fiat gateways for citizens, and so on. But which country is their head office then? Well, regulators are wondering the same, and started to warn citizens in advance that it turns out there is a stock exchange in the country, and it provides services, but it never had a license. This story began to gain momentum at the end of last month when the Japanese regulator gave Binance a warning about operating in the country without a license, which they were required to obtain in 2018, but the representatives of the exchange just shrugged and replied they didn't operate in Japan, so I have a license. Then the Canadian province of Ontario announced that it was impossible for Binance to continue operating in the region due to the lack of the license. The platform didn't reply anything, they just stopped working and asked their clients to withdraw their funds. There were further claims in the UK, which banned Binance Market Limited from operating as a subsidiary of the company, citing the need for the platform to cease all operation across the United Kingdom. The exchange withstood the blow and decided not to leave the country, stating that the ban applied only to one unit that didn't provide services through their main platform. But banks sided with the authorities, and so Barclays prohibited its customers from sending money to the exchange. Then another large bank, Santander, blocked payments to Binance, and next Clear Junction payment system and another large bank, NatWest, joined them. It's also known that several cryptocurrency funds have decided to no longer work with Binance because regulators are increasingly complaining about the exchange. To be fair, it's worth noting that such payment giants as Visa and MasterCard declare they keep working with the exchange and they have no problems with them. But it's not just Japan, the UK or Canada that are unhappy with what Binance is doing. Authorities in Thailand, the Cayman Islands, Poland, Italy, Hong Kong and Malta warned of the risks of working with the exchange. In the letter, they went to court against the exchange for promising to pay donations to a cancer fund, but because they had no license, they paid nothing, and moreover, they intended to take the assets outside Malta. Everything I just told you happened within 1 month. I mean, in just 1 month, Carl. The situation is indeed important and continues to evolve with new limitations and restrictions. I mean, this is not the first time I've raised the issue of Binance, and I'm not gonna argue that everything will collapse tomorrow and you must save your money immediately. No, as far as I'm concerned, it looks like a planned regulator's attack to control all crypto exchanges. And if they force the leading platform to cooperate, then the rest won't even make a sound. And yet, strange things are happening. And next, we'll talk about how Binance is gonna respond to the current situation. Starting from a distance, another large and relatively young crypto exchange, FTX, bought out its shares from Binance under the pretext of business necessity. While the Gemini platform stated that in the future they will become market leaders. That is, they're not gonna support Binance, especially now. On the contrary, they will try to benefit from it. As for the stock exchange itself, they started on a positive note and made a statement about how they intend to solve all the problems. There are three major points. The first one is to increase the compliance staff by 500%, probably to keep illegal money out of the platform. Next is the introduction of the hardware solutions recommended by the International Organization Against Money Laundering. And the third key point are actions within the legislative framework of specific countries. It's not clear why these countries then claim to not have their work permits, but perhaps the exchange has only now decided to take up the issue. What's more interesting is that, due to so-called unforeseen circumstances, Binance temporarily suspended euro deposits via SEPA. It's noteworthy that it's the decision of the exchange itself. For some unknown reason, they decided to shut this financial channel. And then they announced they were winding down support for stock tokens. The clients were given 90 days to sell their assets. As the representatives of the exchange explained, they were not forced to do so, they simply decided to develop their business in another direction. Although we can remember that, as early as May, the German financial regulator issued a warning to Binance for stock tokens. Interestingly, other exchanges with the same partners continue to trade stock tokens and have no problems with that. We move on and get a very interesting statement from Binance head Changpeng Zhao. Apparently he's looking for a successor and he's ready to cede the post of CEO to someone who can solve the problems with the regulators. I mean, it's a noble thing to do, but why leave a job like that and step down as CEO if you can just give this Superman a job as a deputy CEO or an assistant or something? He also talked about plans for an IPO in Binance USA. Such legalization could remove many regulatory issues, but it still has to pass, and so far there's been no action other than the words. Next, I'll talk about some of the most interesting things that Binance has done recently, and why this exchange will never be the same again. And now I'd like to remind you to subscribe to my channel. You can help me develop the channel, which means more and more people will learn the truth about cryptocurrencies. So subscribe to the Coin Post and join our community, please. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned about leaving Binance. So what should we do now? Well, look for yourself. First, they are gonna limit new users from 100 to maximum 20x leverage. Margin trading is a risky business, yet many people valued the exchange for precisely this opportunity. Next, verification will have a daily withdrawal limit of 0.06 BTC instead of 2. This rule applies immediately for new users, and as for the skilled traders, it will be introduced gradually. It should be made clear here that there is no obligatory verification on the exchange. You can just create an account with your mail. But then you'd be limited to withdrawals, and now they've actually been cut 33 times. And if you want to be able to withdraw up to 100 bitcoins daily, then you have to provide your pictures, videos, establish your income, etc. And the third big news story is now all Binance users can pay taxes to sleep easily. They will be launching the tax reporting tool to allow Binance users to easily keep track of their crypto activities in order to ensure that they are fulfilling the reporting requirements laid out by the regulatory bodies. If the exchange has been able to launch such a tool, it's likely they could collect all data about its clients and send them directly to the tax office when necessary. Moreover, in light of recent events, Binance is clearly willing to do whatever it takes to resolve problems with the authorities. The bottom line is, we have no direct evidence that the stock market is going down, but the events surrounding it are unfolding rapidly, and many of them are dubious, which gives rise to suspicion. Let's discuss in the comments, do you think you need Binance, where they make you go through the verification process, limit your leverage, and can leak all your data to the IRS? Share this video with all those who trade on Binance or simply keep their assets on the exchange. Let them know about the current events, because who knows what's gonna happen next. And that's all I have. Thanks for watching. It's the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and earn.